I... No, I can't prove it. You've got to believe me. Believe me. Take it off the air now, please. You've got to. It means...
Please excuse the interruption. We're having technical problems. Please stand by.
It's time. It's time.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Dark masks, gather round your TV set. Put on your masks and watch. All witches, all skeletons, all jack-o'-lanterns.
The third
gather
commercial,
round
it's
and
still on,
watch.
please.
Watch
Take off the
magic
third channel.
unfold.
The third channel, it's still running. Stop it, please. For God's sake, please stop it. There's no more time. You've got to... Please, stop it. Stop it now. Turn it off. Turn it off. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
If you like horror, hit that notification bell, smash that like button, and push that subscribe button now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Nick Push. We're doing 10 burning questions for Halloween 3 today. That's right, the one without Michael Myers. All right, let's get right into it. No bullshit. Question number 1. Was Ellie a robot the entire movie? Now, spoilers, we know at the end of the movie, Ellie is a robot, right? Or she was turned into a robot, or the robot that, the robot that Cochran made ended up going with Chalice at the end of the movie. But the question always becomes, was she a robot the entire movie? What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. For me, I'm going to lean towards no, and I think there's 2 bits of evidence for that. They do a good job at the end of the movie because once Chalice rescues her, she doesn't say a word the whole time. And you don't pick up on it right away. You do upon rewatch, but you don't pick up on it right away, like at all, okay? She's obviously talking earlier in the movie. So that lets credence to this is a new being. This is a robot from when the time Chalice rescues her. The other thing is, Chalice would have known if she was a robot when he was boinking her, right? We know that Chalice was quite the ladies' man, so I think he would know if he was boinking a robot, unless Cochran is that good. I mean, his name is Cochran, right? So I don't think she was a robot, but I always find it a fascinating question. Question number 2. What is Harry Grimbridge's story? Ellie's father, we start out the movie with him running away from Dick Warlock and the other Silver Shamrock robots, right? What is his story? How did he find out what Cochran was doing, right? And then obviously the torch gets passed on to Chalice, etc. But I want to know, how he found that out. Maybe there's a movie here. Maybe there's like a Rogue One type movie where, in Rogue One they're trying to get the plans of the Death Star to the Alliance. Well, maybe Harry Grimbridge is trying to get the evidence or proof of Silver Shamrock over to someone else. There could be a story there. So I'd like to know, what is his story? How did he find that out? We know he went there to buy masks, and then what happened? How did he, unravel the pieces of the puzzle? Question number 3. Who came up with Stonehenge? I'm a big fan of this movie. Wasn't always, but I'm a big fan of this movie. But I still think the Stonehenge stuff is pretty fucking lame. You tell me you couldn't come up with something else on how this shit works. I get it. It doesn't ruin the movie or anything, but I just want to know who came up with it and what the fuck were they smoking? Because there's no way you're getting pieces of Stonehenge from wherever the fuck it is over to America, to California. You wouldn't believe how we got it here. Yeah, I know, I wouldn't. All right, question number 4. Is this the best Halloween season atmosphere in the franchise? I think there's a good argument to be made for it. Obviously, the beginning of Halloween 4 probably takes the cake, right? But throughout this movie, it feels like the end of October. Watching this movie, I always have to watch this movie when it's October because of the way it feels. And I'm not just talking about the horror elements. I'm talking about the seasonal Halloween elements. You see decorations everywhere. The score is fantastic. So I'm asking the question to you guys. Does this have the best Halloween seasonal atmosphere in the Halloween franchise? I think there's an argument to be made, and I think it's up there. Question number 5. It's for you guys. Is the jingle annoying or is it fun? For me, it goes both ways. It's fun, but after watching this movie, sometimes you can't get it out of your fucking head, right? happy Halloween. I'm not going to do it to you guys. Okay? But is it annoying or is it fun to you? For me, it's both. But I probably lean towards more annoying because it sticks with me a little bit longer than I'd like it to. Question number 6. Why didn't Chalice and Ellie call the fucking cops at all through this movie? Who does Chalice call? He calls one of his flings, right? To look at the parts and to ask about Cochran, but they never call the cops. I understand not calling the cops in Santa Clara because it seems like Cochran runs that town and he probably, the police force is probably his robots, right? So I understand that, but why not call, some neighboring city or something? Now, I guess maybe they didn't have a chance to because by the time they really realized what was going on, it was too late, right? So I wonder why they didn't call the cops earlier in the movie. Question number 7. All right, this is a good one. Okay. If Chalice survived this movie, and that's an if right now because it's a cliffhanger ending, right? But if Chalice survived this movie, was he more scared of the events that happened in Santa Clara, or if he was alive present day a few years ago, would he be more scared of the fucking Me Too movement? Because this guy sexually harassed everyone in this movie, from his nurse friend, from his other nurse friend, I assume he did to his wife at some point, to Ellie. I mean, you could make a case that Ellie is the one that courted Chalice, right? But the guy got around, so he had to be terrified when the Me Too movement came around. So was he more scared of that, or was he more scared of Cochran and the shenanigans that happened in Santa Clara? Number 8. I'm always fascinated by this question. When did Cochran find out who Chalice and Ellie were? Because remember at the end of the movie, he's like, Dr. Cochran, actually, isn't it? So he knows. He has his backstory. Now there's subtle clues throughout, right? When Ellie and Chalice are visiting Silver Shamrock and Buddy Comfort, or whatever the fuck his name is, comes by, Cochran's like, invites them on the tour, and, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and, they say it all weird, so it's pretty obvious. And then also there's a scene where Chalice is calling one of his female friends at the hospital, and you can see that the phone is bugged, right? It's being listened to, obviously, by Silver Shamrock and Cochran. So at that point, is that when he figured it out? Were there other subtle clues? So yeah, that always fascinated me. When did he find out who they actually were? Question number 9. Did you skip this movie growing up? I did. I skipped it. Heard it was the one without Michael Myers. I'm not watching that. Saw it then when I was maybe in my teens. Didn't really like it. Like most people, I've appreciated it a lot more. I think maybe the pendulum has swung a little too far now, where it was so underrated for so long that now maybe it's a little overrated, although I still love it. I think it's fascinating, but I want to know if you skipped this movie like I did growing up because Michael Myers wasn't in it. And finally, question number 10, what happened after this movie? When it cuts to black, what happened? Was half the fucking children in the world wiped out? Were they wiped out? Could we get some 50-year-old sequel where half the population of children were wiped out and how society rebuilt itself since then, and then it happens again or something like that? I don't know, but I want to know what happened after this. I love the cliffhanger ending with "Stop it!" I love that. It's bleak. You think he's gonna win, but he doesn't. Cochran's gone, but he still gets the last laugh. So I want to know what happened after this. Tell me in the comments what you guys think happened. And thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you on the next one.